Hello and welcome to the next edition of John's Models. I'm here at the South Bay Historical Railroad Society's N-scale layout. And I came here to test the P42 DC locomotives that I put DCC in over the past couple of episodes. I ordered some Superliner car sets to run with it because I wanted to make, basically a long distance Amtrak train. I don't have the baggage car yet, and there's some other stuff that might look missing, but I have 8 cars. Looks pretty good. I'm going to run on the yellow line, which has a passenger station, and that's where we are departing from now, heading out into the layout. Now, on this particular day, it is hotter than so they had a lot of the lights turned off, and I figured I could use that to my advantage in this little storyline I'm going to tell you. The train is leaving in the evening, and it's going to travel all night and arrive at a station in the morning. So, anyway, I know it sounds kind of silly, but we have to see how the lights work anyway, right? So, one thing I noticed as I watched this for the first time, I didn't notice it when I was there really, but it looks like it has 2 headlights. One just below the cab windows, and then the real headlight. It looked like that because the number board had fallen out at some point. I put it in when I got these locomotives many years ago, but at some point it fell out, so now it's just shining through an open hole. But it does make for cool lighting effects. You can see how the lights show up and illuminate the stuff that the train's approaching. So I'm really happy with the color of the lights on these decoders. These were Digitrax decoders, by the way. And I'm happy with the brightness of it too. Looks really good. I have since put the number board back in. Something else I noticed as I ran the train, at some point the trailing power unit, number 123, stopped working. So that was something I addressed later, which I'll talk about at the end of this run. So why don't we just watch the train as it completes its run, and I'll come back and talk a little bit more about some of the impressions I have from the test run. Should mention this was done during one of their open running sessions at the SBHRS. They're located at the Santa Clara Caltrain station. You can see a full layout tour of this layout on our channel. Okay, so the train slows down here because it's approaching the station, and my impressions from the test run are, I like these decoders. They were really easy to install. The lights on them are really bright and a good color temperature. That looks nice. It looks pretty prototypical. One issue I had that I'm not too crazy about is if the decoder loses contact with the track power, it takes a few seconds for it to restart because the sound has to go through the engine startup sequence. As the train's coming to a stop, you can see that number board missing just below the windows there and above the Amtrak logo. It's too bad that I didn't notice that. I would like to have had the number board in for this run. So anyway, when I got home, I opened up the 123 and found that the contacts from the track power were not, on one side it wasn't too great contacting the decoder, so I lifted them up, I tinned the contact tabs and the pads that they fold down onto, and then made the connection much better by resoldering them. And after that, it still wasn't working right. I was getting light and sound, but no movement in the motor. And if you recall from the installations, we had to troubleshoot that exact same problem before. And while the solution before was to solder the contacts, which I had just done, that wasn't the solution this time. What ended up happening was I asked for Dan's help, and he came over and we reset the decoder on a programming track, and now it works fine. So once again, I just wanted to show by doing all this, because I've never touched any of this stuff before, and I'm very new to it other than watching Dan do it. And I think that it's safe to say that if I can do it, you can probably do it too. So happy railroading. I'll be back with you next time I do another one of my projects. Thanks for watching.
Sorry if I ruined your shot.
No, it's alright.
I mean, it's not like I went and,
It is now. Just when the train was starting to go too. Thanks, dude. Wow. Well, you're going to be famous now, pal.
That's going to be in the blooper reel.
That's going to be in the blooper reel.
That's what I did, huh?
That's exactly what's going to happen. You called it, Nick. I will absolutely put the name, big name, Mr. I'll think of some way to
Want your train videos licked? Call.
Yeah.